Hey guys, it's me, EODGamer here, and I've been feeling this burning feeling inside of me of us being like shackled by meta for a really long time, but I'm triggered to make this video basically because there was this viewer who was asking us live on Twitch as we were streaming to try out a break effect Akirion, a super break Akirion. And of course, when we tested it out, as of the current version, break effect Akirion is definitely not as impressive as crit rate, crit damage typical Akirion, especially when I have her at like E2 with her signature gear. But immediately the responses from community and chat were relatively more negative than I would have liked to be more appreciative of different ideas of ways of playing the game. So this then led me to think, why is everyone so bounded by a typical set of builds? Let's first touch on meta and why meta is healthy. What is meta basically? Meta is the most efficient tactic available to clear your memory of chaos, your apocalyptic shadow, and etc. with the lowest amount of difficulty. For example, meta states that certain characters like Akirion work really well with Xiao. Fei Xiao works really well with Robin, as well as Topaz and Nambi. These are template guides that say certain characters work very well with certain characters. It's great, especially if you're a new player coming into the game or you're trying to get certain characters in the game as well, to learn how to maximize their potential so you can get the best value out of it. It'll be really lousy feeling playing like Akirion together with like Harmony without any nihility at all and wondering why you're not maximizing it. In that sense, meta is truly valuable. But there is a limit to when meta actually restricts creativity, and now I want to talk about the flip side of meta. After we have reached a stage where we are comfortably able to clear most of the content, 36 stars and stuff like that, there becomes a fork in the road. Do you want to try to go for 0 cycle turn orders with like your Akirion, with your Fei Xiao, so that you can show how truly powerful these teams are to the maximum value and like getting people to FOMO because they can't do it as well? Or is there another alternative that the player base can take, which I feel is a lot more healthier and inclusive mindset to have, which instead of just focusing on special characters, why don't we turn our attention to less used characters and try to bring out the best value of them who are not as meta, not as in the game state? For example, maybe certain characters like Jingyuan, certain characters like Blade, certain characters like Luo Ca. Instead of just laughing at these characters as like totally redundant, totally useless, if we can 0 cycle anything, we can bring not so good characters back into the meta, and I think that should be rewarded a lot more. So the main problem of focusing too much on meta is limiting creativity and limiting team compositions, which in a sense makes the community feel very restrictive and not as inclusive as it could be. That's really like what I want to talk about in this video, because that's a frustration that I have. Every time I see people talking about meta and they don't have it, you end up with a community person who becomes a little bit upset and they just brush it off as, oh, I don't have meta, so I can't really perform. I think more information needs to be going around, and I definitely take away something important about that. This is not the first time that we did this kind of unique thought as well. Way back 2 years ago, right? We actually did a Xingyan video, one of a very unpopular character back then. Of course, the views on this video were like much smaller than it is today when we compare. But 2 years ago, our channel was like way tinier, and 7,000+ views were really nice for us. And I was really proud of that video. Trying something outside of meta is definitely very healthy, and I really enjoyed my time trying something different. The question then, of course, is bringing it back to Honkai Star Rail. Where do we need to go from here? I think that the community is now very focused on a certain template because of certain maybe sites, tier lists, guide makers, even myself included, promoting a certain way of playing the game, always promoting the latest fancy DPS and certain things that are much better to go for. These are more efficient and stuff. Everything's talking about meta. But I think from here onwards, we need to focus not only on efficiency in terms of meta and of course resource allocation and whatnot, but at the same time, to bring more light into other ways of clearing the thing with existing characters so that less FOMO is needed to get the new spanking character, especially if it can be done with an alternative character. More attention needs to be done from there, and I think that is definitely a focus that the community needs to go towards, and I myself also needs to focus on a little bit more. At the same time, I think that it's very important to not diss any character playstyle. Don't like diss characters because they are not meta, like Luo Ca, Blade. These are two characters that I have seen a lot of people just keep laughing at in like power creep videos and stuff. I have some like extreme comments, like they say Blade is the most power creep unit in the entire game, and they say like Luo Ca is the worst unit at this point, like even worse than E6 Gallagher. But I think that is not fair because you're not really appreciating the character's strengths, and you're just like blanketing statement whatever it is in the meta now, what is the rotation, whether they are favored or not, you use that to say certain characters are bad. And I think that is not healthy for the community moving forward, because every character has its purpose, every character has its use. Even someday, I'm sure, I always joke about it, we always joke about it, like Ireland and Yenting are not as useful, but I'm sure that there will be definitely a possibility to use them one day. They might not be top tier, but they will definitely be one day like a bit more usable, way more creepy than I like on my Yenting here. But at the end of the day, I think it's very important for us to like branch out from the current game state that they are in. So closing thoughts, what do I think? I think that at this point, meta is like kind of like restricting our creativity, and more needs to be done to think outside the box. If you guys agree with me or disagree, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to see your thoughts as well. This is just a quick rant, and I also just want to share with you my thoughts of my reflection of my journey in Honkai Star Rail as a content creator and a gamer too. I think it's quite important and healthy to have these reflection sessions. And anyways, guys, check out these 2 other videos if you like more of such thought-provoking videos. And anyways, see you guys real soon, and see you in the next video.